Today's adventure is Tombstone, Arizona. This is the Boot Hill Graveyard. Interesting fact, it's called the Boot Hill Graveyard because most of the people here died with their boots on. The sad part of this cemetery is a lot of people were very poor at the time, so there's a lot of bodies of family members that went unclaimed because people couldn't afford the burial. So there's a lot of grave sites here that are marked unknown. There's some famous criminals here in history that have been laid to rest here. When you go to the cemetery, it's $5 to go in and you're able to walk around. They give you a pamphlet and the pamphlet tells you what they know about each grave. And there's a lot of interesting facts that they've researched and found out about each individual grave, as much as they can anyway. So there's been, a lot of these people were murdered. Some were suicide, some were hung, some were minors, some were just, people getting into fights and just shooting at each other, just like you see in the movies. But it's a really interesting place. Now, next I went over to, I'm here just kind of walking around Tombstone, the little city, or what do we call it? Just exploring and just seeing and understanding the history of Tombstone itself. And some of these buildings, they are original and some are just here as a recreation. There are mining tours that you can take.
People killed by
There are
Indians.
ghost tours that you can take. I did take a ghost tour, and it was at the Birdcage Theater, which has been on many paranormal shows and YouTube channel. There was a sense in there of, I'll have to talk about it as we get closer to that in the video. But here's just like a little park here where people can, take the family and golf. What I did notice about Tombstone is a lot of the people are regulars. They knew each other, they dressed the theme, and they just enjoyed the day. And here you can see people enjoying each other. And what I say to a lot of regulars, the food here is really great if you have a chance. This is Big Nose Kate. And here we are right here with the Birdcage Theater. I'll have a lot more video of the paranormal activity that took place there and give you more of a sense of what happened in Tombstone. But here we are with the famous roads of Tombstone. Just think of all the people in the pioneer time, the miners that came here. And this was also known as like a red light district, right? So this is inside of the Birdcage cafe or theater, and you see, you can't see them on the camera, but if you take a tour, they're going to show you the bullet holes that are still in the walls, knife markings from knife fights, and just really interesting and really old. And when you're in here, you get that feeling of oldness. I didn't feel anything spooky in this main entrance, but as we did go behind and travel more into the theater, there was some feelings. There was a paranormal session that was done with the lights out in the evening, so I did get to experience that. I did hear noises coming from behind me, and I did have that feeling of somebody standing behind me. But there is a lot of history in this building itself. So now I'm just going to play some of random videos that I took, and sorry that they're not landscaped, but I was so in the moment. This place is full of old stuff. A lot of it is still original, and just some interesting information. I don't want to give it all away, but I really do recommend that if you are in Arizona and you have the chance to get down to Tombstone, that you should go check it out. And if you're into creeps and spooky things, I would definitely do the ghost tours. I know there's a walkthrough one that happens later at night. And this was pretty much the closing of our evening, our tour there. We did paranormal stuff. You can see things on the table from that. They were lighting up. We did hear sounds. It was active. There's just so much history, so much history, so many bodies. I mean, if these spirits could actually speak, there would be a lot to say. But if you do have a chance, I really recommend that you go and explore, especially if you're into the ghostly, cringy stuff. It's history. After my exploring was done, I had to go and find a place to sleep for the night, do some stealth sleeping in my car, and I pulled into a Walmart. I seen some other vans there, so I felt like, yeah, I could do this. So I parked the car in a safe place and put up all of my darkening, stealthy stuff and went to sleep. So this will be my first night actually sleeping in my car in a parking lot. And I do have my fan on right there just for some circulation because I don't have any netting for my windows yet. And I got these little lights, and I know a lot of people have commented about these lights, but I've been noticing the little globe balls that are over the light itself have been falling off. So I'm finding myself gluing them until probably maybe I can find something different. But I do have my power bank right there and another little light there. So I kept the other little light on, and of course I have my pepper spray and a flashlight in hand. I did fall asleep at some point, and I did sleep good. So here it is with the lights out, and then I just have this little candle light. Not a real candle, it's a light, battery operated. I had that on for a little while, then I did turn it off, but I also have this a bag that I have velcroed to a crate, and inside of that I have this flashlight. And so I had that with me, and then I'm bringing out right here, I'm digging in for my pepper spray. So I had the pepper spray close to me. So while I slept through the night, I had my flashlight, I had my pepper spray, and I had my keys. But I did fall asleep, and I'm looking forward to having more adventures in my car and just exploring. So if you like this raw, unedited, pretty much video, feel free to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Until next time, be free.